Hi YouTube! So I'm still at Sundance and I just got back from another movie premiere. This one was Cop Car, which hasn't been picked up yet by anybody, but hopefully it will be. And it stars Kevin Bacon as a sheriff in Colorado, and whose car is stolen by two very young boys who are under 10 and are also staying at my hotel. Um, so, anyway, after most world premieres, there is a Q&A and people will ask questions for the directors and they'll ask questions for the actors. And I just wanted to uh, kind of mention a few things that I've noticed while here at Sundance that some people have said, which might be considered a little inappropriate for these situations. So there was one person who asked tonight, he was asking a question, and when it was his turn, instead of like asking about the film and why such and such happened, I can't give any spoilers away yet, he just said, "Oh, Kevin Bacon, I love your work. You're so amazing, and I'm such a huge fan. Oh, well, you're just so talented." And then the other actor, who's this big person on Boardwalk Empire, which I don't watch, but I know it was a wonderful show, he then turned to him and he said, "Oh, and I'm so sorry you got killed on Boardwalk Empire, but I was such a big fan." And um, he's just kind of like really placating these actors. And he said nothing about the film, not even regarding their talent in this current production, just how much he liked them in other things that they did. And that would be like kind of inappropriate. Another thing that's not really something you're supposed to do at Sundance or at any Q&A is ask multiple questions, because they're usually only like 5 to 10 questions depending on how like generous the director and the cast are feeling, and maybe the screenwriter if they are there. Um, because they've had to sit through this. They had to go through a premiere and photo shoots, and the poor kids were like, it's so many photo shoots, they're so tired. But they have a long, long day, and they can only sit through so many questions. So each person is supposed to ask one question because it's only fair. And one of the people started out and he said, "Oh, I just have 3 questions for you." And so he had 3 questions, but each of them was so long and complex. And he's like, "And so, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah." And it's like, it took him like 5 minutes just to ask the questions. And so there ended up being time for only one more question afterwards. So that's another thing that I wouldn't really recommend doing at a Q&A. That being said, the movie was wonderful, and I got to shoot a hopefully not too shaky interview with Kevin Bacon at his dinner party. So that was very cool, and I was much less nervous and much less frazzled than I was yesterday at my first ever interview, in which I was shooting Robert Redford, who basically made Sundance. He did. And I was shooting it as we ran there, and I just whipped out the camera, and it was kind of heavy, and like the light was really weird, and there were stripes on the screen. So I just changed the white balance to be whatever that is, and hopefully it came out okay. And the dog, who's currently resting, she was in the hospital before, and so I just are just like very worried and were in this panic state because she hadn't been breathing. And like 20 minutes later, we're on our way to film, and so I wasn't really in the right state of mind. Hopefully that came out well, but the interview went smoothly, as did the dinner, and I met some very, very nice people who I believe I'll be seeing again tomorrow. Anyway, say hi, Mayfair. Oh, she's feeling much better now. Good night, YouTube. I will give another review at some point tomorrow or the day after. Oh, little Mimi, she wants a cookie, but she's a little fat. She's overweight, so we have to fib about her age to get her on the planes. She's 2 pounds over. We give her too many cookies, and she's getting love handles. So, but good night and sleep tight, YouTube. I'll see you tomorrow.